When in April 2013 I decided to come to Switzerland, the plan was to stay only 3 months, attend an intensive German class, stay at my cousin's place for these 3 months, and then at the end go back to Italy and find a job there. For this reason, I didn't really research on the country, people, culture or habits. I just came here with my luggage expecting nothing more than 3 months of intensive studies. When I decided to stay here a little bit longer, I started to have more contacts with Swiss people and the Swiss culture. And I started to notice some little differences compared to the Italian culture. Little means that I was completely shocked sometimes. Some way of doing here in Switzerland or some aspects of the Swiss culture are completely different to the Italian one. And for the first time, I really understood what cultural shock was. With the passing of the years, I started to have more contact with people from other countries, so I realized that the things that shocked me at first are very normal in other cultures and other countries. But as an Italian, I'd never heard of those. That is why in this video, I will tell you the 5 cultural shocks that I had as an Italian coming to Switzerland. When you get married in Switzerland, the women take the surname of the husband. Let's make an example. I, Sarah, marry Mr. Paolo Rossi, so my name would change to Sara Rossi, which for me was like, what? I want to keep my surname. This is my dad's surname. I don't want to change my surname. When you get married, women normally take the surname of the husband so that the whole family has the same surname. Mother, father and kids. This is actually a logical reason behind it, but I think I would never change my surname. I like my surname. I've had it for the past 33 years of my life, so I want to really keep it. After you get married, you basically have to change any kind of personal IDs or documents that you have. Your ID, your passport, even your email address. I mean, that's too big of a deal. You basically become another person. In a lot of countries, this is actually quite normal. In Italy, we don't do this. I, at the beginning, thought it was very crazy to change your own surname. Normally, even if you get married, you just keep your surname and then the kids will have the surname of the father. I know there are some other countries, for example Spain, where the kids get both the surname of the mother and of the father, but just changing your surname and becoming like a completely different person, this shocked me a lot. The second time I was really shocked is when I realized how barbecues works here in Switzerland. In Italy, when you are invited to a barbecue, normally it is at someone's place, and then the owner of the place or maybe another 1 or 2 friends just make a list of the things needed. They go to the supermarket, buy everything for everyone, and then the amount paid is divided between the people that will attend the barbecue. Normally you check with your friends what you will eat, what you will need to cook, what kind of meat, what kind of beverages. In Switzerland, I was at the beginning very confused about how it worked. It is very popular to have a barbecue at someone's place, but it is also very popular to have a barbecue outside. Everyone has basically these portable little grills that you can take with you to the park. It's not like in Italy where someone goes and buys everything and then the other just pay for it. In Switzerland, you have to bring the food that you want to eat. When you go to someone's house, the host will probably prepare some salads or pasta salads. Normally you will have some soft drinks or maybe a cake, but then everyone that goes to the barbecue needs to bring the kind of meat that they want to grill, meat or cheese or veggies. You need to bring the alcoholic drink that you want to drink, like beer or whatever, and normally you would bring also some breads or some chips, but normally these last 2 will be prepared by the host. When you attend a barbecue at the park, for example, or in a public space, you still have to bring your own meat or your own drinks, and then you will decide with your friends who bake a cake cake, who brings bread, who will brings the chip with a dip. Everyone brings something that can be shared with the others. As I understand, the reason behind that is that there are a lot more people who are vegetarian or vegan here in Switzerland more than in Italy. Almost half of the people that won't eat meat, so everyone basically brings what they want to eat. It's kind of smart to do it, but at the beginning when they told me, Sarah, remember that you have to bring your own food, I was like, what? Another big difference between Switzerland and Italy is that in Switzerland on a Sunday you cannot make any kind of noise. For example, you cannot hoover, you cannot do the laundry, you cannot mow the lawn. There are really very strict rules about these resting days, and if you make noise on a Sunday, for example, if you decide to mow the lawn, the neighbors can actually call the police and then you will have to stop. As an Italian, I think this is absolutely crazy because I think that my dad 99.9% of the time mows the lawn on a Sunday. So this was one of the things that was really different for me. Another thing that shocked me when I was looking for an apartment here in Basel is that in 90% of the cases you won't have a washing machine in your apartment. What they do here in Switzerland is basically they will have a dryer and a washing machine in the basement that everyone in the building can use. On the door of the laundry, you will have a planner. Every day, a specific person or family in the building can wash. In my first apartment in Basel, I was actually quite lucky because we didn't have a schedule. We could wash whenever it was free. In the house where I was living, there were only other two apartments with, I think, two couples. One was a couple and one was a guy. Since there were not many people, the washing machine was quite often free. I could basically wash kind of whenever I wanted, or at least most of the time when I needed it. Here in the apartment I live now, I am so lucky that the previous person who was living here decided to put a washing machine in the kitchen. I basically bought the washing machine from him, and so now I have my own washing machine and I can wash whatever I want. Otherwise, I would have a laundry in the basement as normal here in Switzerland, but since there are a lot of apartments in this building, I would basically be able to wash every 20 days. I mean, every 20 days, that's a very long time. Downstairs there is a little laundry with the washing machine and the dryer, and then there is a separate room where you can hang your clothes. I always found the idea super weird to hang your clothes where everyone could see it. Even in my previous apartment, I used to hang my underwear in my apartment. I know now that this is quite normal in a lot of other countries. I think everyone in Italy has a washing machine in their apartment. The fifth and biggest cultural shock that I had here in Switzerland is that you don't really talk to strangers. And strangers, I mean really anyone that you don't know. In Italy, it's normal that, for example, when you are on the train, you just start talking with the person sitting next to you. Or it is quite normal when you are at a pub or at a bar that maybe someone comes to you and start talking. That's the way you really meet people. This will never happen in Switzerland. During my first German class, the teacher specifically told us that in Switzerland you should not talk to other people when you're on the bus, when you're on the train, or on any kind of public transportation means. This is not seen well at all in Switzerland. If you are on the bus and start talking with the people sitting next to you, these people would think that you are crazy. In general, it's so much more difficult to meet new people here in Basel unless you have someone else introducing you to this person. Once my friend and I were at the swimming pool in summer, and there were people playing volleyball next to us in a circle, and we thought, let's just go there and ask them if we can play with them because we were getting bored. And then we got there and then we asked, hi, can we play with you? The scene was like this. No, sorry, we finished, bye. And then they just left. Like, they were playing and they left because we ask them to play with them. I was completely shocked. When I came back home and I told my cousin what happened, she said, no, you absolutely cannot do something like this here in Switzerland. People will be creeped out. Of course, it depends also on the people. There are some people that I know that are very open and they just go and talk to new people, but this is still a very minority. Normally in Switzerland, it's very difficult to meet new people unless you have some common contact. Of course, as I said at the beginning, these are things that really shocked me because I come from Italy and our culture and habits are completely different in these cases, but I know that these things are very normal also in other countries other than Switzerland. What is the cultural shock that you had when you moved to Switzerland? Let me know in the comment box below. As usual, give this video a thumb up and subscribe if you haven't done it already. See you in my next video. Bye!